This is Looking Forward for Physics 122 for Monday, the 9th of February, 2015. As you get ready for class tomorrow, I'd like you to finish reading, if you haven't already, Chapter 25, Sections 1 through 6, and then read Chapter 26, Sections 1 through 4. And I'd like you to think about the following things. First, what's Ohm's law? What's the equation for it? And why and when does it hold? Applicationally, you should be able to answer the following question. If I have a battery with some potential difference delta V, and that battery is connected to a resistor R, then how much current comes out of the battery? How much current goes through the resistor? What's the potential drop across the resistor? We talked about those last time, but I'd just like to make sure that you're up to speed and know those things well. Second question. Let's say we took the same configuration we had above, but now instead of having one resistor, we have two resistors that we put in series, like that. We'll call them, for the sake of argument, R1 and R2, and we'll still have the same potential difference, delta V, sometimes called an EMF, script E, driving the system. How does the current here, coming out of the battery, compare to the current here between the two resistors, and how does that compare to the current coming out of the second resistor? Are they the same? If so, why? If they're different, why? The second question is, tell me about the potential differences across resistor R1 and resistor R2. Are they the same? Are they different? Why? The third situation would be a parallel situation. Imagine that we had two resistors, one here and one here, that were in parallel with each other. And then after coming back together, they go back to the battery, and they'll still have resistances R1 and R2. Tell me about the current coming out of the battery, current into R1, and the current into R2. How do those currents, how do they relate to each other? And how do the voltages across each of these, delta V1 and delta V2, how do those relate to each other and potential difference from the battery, delta V, or the EMF, script E? We'll talk about those things and more when we get together tomorrow. See you then.